Welcome back. Thanks again for tuning in to another great episode of Black Men's Digest TV. I'm your host, J. Anthony Smith. Now, in today's topic, we're going to discuss the importance of having a high self-esteem. Now, many people don't think that this is important, but in your future and that of those behind you, it's very important to have a high self-esteem. So, as our guest today, we'll have Dr. Guy Earle, who's an international trainer and motivational speaker, to talk a little bit more about why it's important to have a high self-esteem. So, after these few short messages, we'll be back with Dr. Guy Earle. Welcome back. So as we mentioned earlier, today's topic that we're going to discuss is the power of a high self-esteem. And with us today is Dr. Guy Earle with Wake Up and Fly. He's an international trainer and motivational speaker, and he's going to delve a little bit more into the benefits of having a high self-esteem. Thanks for joining us today, Dr. Earle.
It's good to be here with you.
Great, thank you. So as we mentioned, can you expound a little more on what is the benefit of having a high self-esteem?
James, I think it's so vital to have a high self-esteem. Without a high self-esteem, one cannot really accomplish much at all. It all starts with an awareness, an understanding of your intrinsic value, of something that I believe God has given to us at birth. You came to this planet with everything you need for success. It's already inside of you. However, it's in a seed form. And most of us are looking for our big breakthrough outside of ourselves. I know for years I had friends in the NFL, millionaires, friends who own businesses, always thinking that, hey, my big breakthrough might come through somebody else. But until I realized that my big breakthrough comes from within myself, that you have to learn how to tap into your own abilities, your own strengths, that you are a star, that you have skills, talents, abilities, and resources already inside of yourself. And when you tap into that, when you break ground on the riches inside of yourself, you'll find oil and gold and minerals already deep within yourself. And once you begin to become aware of those things, then you must begin to develop those. And when you begin to develop the strengths and abilities that you have within yourself, then my goodness, the world of opportunities begin to open up for you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Dr. Earle, how would you advise a black man that may have had the world beat him down on his shoulders? How do you bounce back from a low self-esteem to get to a high self-esteem?
Number one is you really have to take time to discover who you are. You have to realize that nobody else is going to make you successful. Nobody else. You cannot look for the affirmation and the attention from other people. Most of us, I believe 90% of mankind struggles with low self-worth. And we look for others, our spouses, our employers, to affirm us. But you must learn how to encourage yourself. You must learn how to affirm yourself. You must take the time to look within yourself and discover the riches that are already inside of you.
That's great. So if you were to think about a situation in your past where you had low self-esteem, what did you do specifically that walked you back to those steps of being the great man that you are today?
You know, it really did start. I definitely struggled with low self-esteem, probably based on my childhood. So I have to come to grips with where my low self-worth stemmed from, right? I had to become aware that I was a product of being bullied. The fairness of my skin, complexion, eye colors, and just the variety of nationality that I have, being raised in D.C., was a byproduct of how people treated me. I wasn't that effective in school. I didn't really see myself as smart. And as I began to develop, I said, I might not be book smart, but what I didn't realize is I didn't tap into my unique giftedness. And once I tapped into my unique giftedness and began to understand that my differences were not bad, they just made me unique of who I was. Then I began to affirm what I believe God has said about me. He said I was fearfully and wonderfully made. I was a little lower than the heavenly beings. That I just began to say that I'm accepted fully just as I am, and that God's thoughts toward me are so precious that they outnumber the sand on the seashore. And once I began to reprogram myself, then I began to look at myself differently. And when you begin to look at yourself differently, everybody else begins to look at you differently. And the truth of the matter is, James, is that there's times when I may have hiccups. I may go back. I may again, this demon of insecurity may jump back in my life again, and then I have to fight it and attack it.
That's very important. As Dr. Guy mentioned, it's all about seeking the inner peace that you have inside, and really using that to maximize your potential and not look at others or toward others to verify who you are. It's about you finding yourself, what good things about you that help you to be that individual that you are. So, Dr. Guy, thanks so much for your information and your insight. And, I hope, brothers, that you reach out and look towards yourself no matter what situation that you're in right now. There's always a better day. And it's not about how much money you have or how many women you've been with or how many women you are with. It's about who you are inside that can take you to where God has you to be. And it's all about taking that step and moving forward. So again, Dr. Guy, thanks for your time. We'll be back next week with another great and powerful episode here at Black Men's Digest TV. So have a great day.